Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing out here tonight for not meeting in a living room, Lord Jesus. My mind is on there, you guys, because tomorrow is the big day. We are moving to a different platform. So forgive me. Thank you guys for joining me tonight for Transformation Tuesday. I've missed you guys. Last week, you guys, I was like exhausted, right? So I had just came back in town from being at a conference and in Virginia, the first symposium, the first Black play therapist symposium. So I was tired and I was still felt like I was trying to catch up on sleep. Right, so I had to cancel our Lord Jesus, our Transformation Tuesday for last week. But I appreciate you guys joining me tonight, and it's gonna be really awesome. I have some exciting and awesome news for you guys. I have a lot of stuff going on. But anyways, I'm back, right? So that's all that matters. So you guys, if you don't know, I am D.Renee, the transformation specialist, and I support women with overcoming obstacles to help them elevate in life and business. I am a certified transformational life coach as well as a licensed therapist, and I support women with being able to rediscover who they are, increase their self-esteem and their self-confidence so that they can walk freely into their purpose and create the life and business they desire to have. So you guys, I know I've just kind of been saying meeting in the ladies' room and then Transformation Tuesday, but tomorrow I have some great news. Tomorrow for meeting in the ladies' room conversations, we are actually moving to a bigger platform on the Status Network and Manifest TV. So you guys, please go to Facebook and like Status Network and Manifest TV because we are going to be going live there tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're super excited because it's a much bigger platform. We are going to be on like 7 or 8 different platforms at one time. So we're excited about that. So forgive me if I keep saying meeting in the ladies' room, but this is Transformation Tuesday. And tonight, you guys, last week I put out a post. It was basically just like a meme or a little postcard that says, what you think of yourself is much more important than what people think of you, right? That resonates with me so much. In addition to it has resonated with so many other people, right? So the reason why this resonated with me, I don't know if you guys know my story, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you anyway. So I was molested when I was 3 years old. So I went through dealing with like self-esteem issues. I had issues with being in relationships that wasn't necessarily emotionally fulfilling for me. And as a result, you know, I was one of those people who was like a people pleaser. I wanted everybody else to be happy. I was doing everything for everybody else. And in the meantime, I was dying on the inside. I was crying on the inside. I wasn't happy. I wasn't being fulfilled. I wasn't in a place to where I needed to be emotionally. I had issues with the way I look. I had issues with my body. I had issues with everything about me because I just didn't know my worth and I didn't know my value, right? So as a result of those things, one day I just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. It was really after the breakup with my second son, his father, that really just took me to that point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And as a result of that, I had to work on me. I took out 2.5 years of my life after that particular relationship and just kind of stayed to myself to work on me. I needed to love me. I needed to get to know me. I need to do everything that I needed to do so that I can be a better woman for whomever I was going to be in a relationship and get married to later on in the future. Right? So not only for them, but I had to do it for myself because I wanted to know me. I wanted to love me because what was most important is how can I allow someone else to love me if I just did not love myself? I could not put that responsibility on another person. So I set out on a goal to get to know me. That was my journey, to know me, to love me, care for me so that whomever comes into my life can contribute to that, right? So it is so true about when you say what you think about yourself is so much more than important than what other people think about you. So tonight I wanted to give you 5 reasons why you should focus on yourself, because other people's opinions and thoughts of you is just that, an opinion. And you know what they say about opinions. So one thing, you guys, first, we have to understand that our thoughts influence our emotions, which then affects our behaviors, right? I want you to think about it in the sense that when you have a thought, when you have a happy thought and you're all excited and happy and talking about stuff that you really enjoy, when you have a happy thought, what comes after that? Then you have this happy feeling. Like when you have this positive, good thought, oh, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. Oh, it's about to be a good day. It's about to be this. When you have those type of thoughts, your emotions are in alignment with that type of thinking. You can't have a positive, happy thoughts and you just feeling real down and negative. It doesn't work like that. And so as a result of your thoughts and your feelings, then that influences and affects your behavior and how you're going to respond and how you're going to act to certain things. So when we speak about your thinking process is much more than what somebody else thinks about you, that is vitally important, because it's how you think, it's how you feel, and it's how you behave that's going to make the difference in your life, right? And so if you don't know, I am a Christian, so I'm about to give you 2 Bible verses, right, that talks about what God says about as a man thinketh, so is he. So I mean, it was written in the word that as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you think negatively about yourself, if you think that you don't deserve this and you don't deserve that, then guess what? As a man thinketh, so is he. So if that's what you think about yourself, so will it be. In addition to that, but the word also says there's life and death in the power of the tongue. I'm not preaching no Bible sermon tonight, but I'm just giving you just a little bit of background before I get into these 5 reasons why, right? There's life and death in the power of the tongue. And if you think something, then guess what? If you're thinking negatively about yourself and your situation and the things that's going on, then guess what? What's going to come out of your mouth? Most often, it's going to be something negative, because that's what you're thinking. Your thinking is in alignment with your feelings, and your feelings are in alignment with your behaviors. So if you think it, you're going to feel it, and you're going to act as such, right? So the number one reason why you guys should focus on yourself, one is you are in control of your destiny. You are the only one that's in control of your destiny. If you don't believe it, it will not happen, right? You are the only one who can turn things around. You don't have to be what they said or what they think or what they want you to be. You are the only one who's in control of your destiny. Nobody else is in control of that. You are. And as a result, if you don't think you can get there, if you don't think you can do it, then you're the reason why you're not doing it. Then you're the reason why it's not happening, because it doesn't matter what they think. Which leads me to my number 2. You're not a puppet. And that's why it's important. Nobody's behind you pulling the strings, making you do things, making you think a certain type of way. Yes, people can influence those things by saying negative things, by talking negatively to you. They can influence those things. However, you're not a puppet, and they're not making those things come to pass in your life, right? So you have to be the one that's in control of your destiny. You have to be conscious of your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. Because again, you're not a puppet. Nobody is making you do things the way that you're doing it. And you have to take back control over those situations, which leads me to number 3. You have to be an overcomer and not a victim. Right? You have to have that mentality that no matter what's going on, no matter what this situation is that's going on and happening, then guess what? I can get through this. I can get through this. I will get through this. We got to change up those words just a little bit, you guys. I will get through this. I am an overcomer. I will make it. I will do X, Y, and Z. I will do those things. You have to take back your control over those situations. Yes, somebody might have said that you couldn't. Yes, somebody might have thought that you couldn't. But guess what? Those are their thoughts, their opinions. What matters is what you feel. This is why you have to focus on you. It doesn't matter what those naysayers thinks. It doesn't matter what any of those things that anybody else around you think. My aunt told me when I was 12. She told me when I was 12 that I was gonna be like everybody else in the family. I was just gonna have me a baby when I was 14 and 15 years old, just like everybody else. But what she did not know, you guys, is that I had a plan of my own, and my process was already like, this is not the life that I want for me. This is not what I want. I don't want to live in the projects. I don't want to be a teenage mom at 14 and 15. That's not what I want. Like, nothing about their life is what I wanted. So you have to be careful, which leads me to this is gonna make it 6, y'all, which leads me to number 4 is when you decide to take on someone else's opinion, then you decide to take on that person's life. Right? So what would have happened? What do you think would have happened if I would have taken on what my aunt said about me? Then I would not have strived to be more. I would not have strived to do more. I would not have strived to be out of that place, right? I would have just, this is how it's supposed to be. And I just would have gave in to that. Because guess what? My thoughts and my feelings influence my behaviors. And if that's what I was going to think, that's how I was going to feel, then I would have behaved just like everybody else. And I would end up in the same situations just like everybody else. So when you think about talking about other people's opinion and their thoughts and things like that about you, guess what? Remember that if you take on their thought, if you take on their opinion and you accept it as such in your life, then guess what? You're going to have their life. And if that's not what you want, and if that's not what you desire to have, then that's not the opinion that you need to take on. You have to focus on yourself, because if you say no, then it's no. If you don't think it's going to happen, then it's not going to happen. If you think that you're an overcomer, then guess what? You're going to be an overcomer, because your feelings are going to tell you, okay, well, you're an overcomer. You feel empowered. You feel inspired. You feel all of those things that's going to get you up and moving in a progressive state so that you don't fall victim, so that you can be an overcomer, so that you can succeed. It all works together, right? So before I give you guys the last 2, I want you to, if you like what I'm saying, I want you to share, like, because sharing is caring, and there is somebody out here who needs this information. It may not be you, it may be somebody else you know, or maybe somebody you don't know, right? So the number 5 thing is, people with judgments people's judgments of you are oftentimes a reflection of themselves and their insecurities or jealousies of you. So if a person is putting their opinions on you, if a person is putting their thoughts and talking about you, their judgment, she thinks she did, so she thinks she that, or he think he did, so he think he, yes. And as long as you continue to think you're that, you will be all of that plus some more. The moment you concede to their thoughts, that's the time when you lose. That's the time when you don't overcome. That's the time when you fall victim to those negative things. That's the time when you don't make it to where they want you to be. That's the time when they win. One of my favorite sayings is, the best revenge is success, right? So why not show them? Why not do it? Why not keep going after it? Because the best revenge is success. And the number 6 thing, you guys, is the reason why you should focus on yourself is because misery loves company. And if you know that's not the life that you want, and if you know that you don't want to be miserable in that situation, then why focus on what these other people are saying, what these other people are doing, how these other people are acting, how these other people are responding to you? It doesn't matter what they're doing. As long as you stay focused on your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors, that's all that's going to matter at the end of the day. Because if not, then again, guess what? You're conceding to everything that they said, everything that they thought, everything that they wanted you to fail at. Because when you take on their thoughts, when you take on their opinion, you're also taking on their lifestyle. And if you don't want their lifestyle, and if you desire to be more, then you're going to have to stay focused on yourself. And you have to stay focused on your thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors. Because all of those things, hi Yolanda, all of those things are influenced by your thoughts. As a man thinketh, so is he. And if he's thinking negatively, then guess what? There's life and death in the power of tongue. Because if he's thinking negatively, he's speaking negatively. You can't be thinking negatively and speaking positive. Like, that's so incongruent. That just don't work, right? We have to be conscious of those things. So I said 5, you guys, but I added a 6th one in there as I continue to talk. So the 6 reasons why you should focus on yourself is, number 1, because you're in control of your destiny. If you don't believe all these negative things that everybody else is saying about you, then guess what? You have to change it. You have to change those things around you. You don't have to be what they said that you were going to be, or you are. You don't have to do that. And number 2 is, you're not a puppet. Nobody's controlling you. Nobody's pulling strings, making things happen in your life. You have to be conscious of your thoughts, feelings, and your actions around you. Because if not, then guess what? You're conceding to whatever it is that you're thinking about it. Because if you're not doing something that's progressive, then guess what? You need to check your thoughts. If you're feeling a certain type of way, you need to check your thoughts. So all of this is coming from what you think of yourself is much more important than what other people think of you. So the number 3 thing, you guys, is you're an overcomer and not a victim. And as a result of being an overcomer and a victim, then guess what? You have the power to take control back over your life. Hi, Jaquay. You have that power to take control back over your life. And the number 4 thing is, when you take on someone else's opinions, you take on their lifestyle. You take on everything that they have going on. If you want to listen to a poor person, or somebody tell you that you can't, you're this, you're that, then guess what? You're going to take on that loneliness. You're going to take on that bitterness. You're going to take on everything that they have in their life. You're going to take that on. That's the life you're setting up for yourself when you make that decision to take on their opinions about you. And then the number 5 thing, you guys, is people judgments of you are pretty much a reflection of their insecurities or their jealousies of you. Yeah, it is. Because when people are being harsh and mean and trying to take you down and not help you to grow, elevate, and flourish in life, then guess what? There is something going on with them that like they see something good in you, and it's causing them to stir up their insecurities, them to stir up their jealousies about what they did or did not do and accomplish and succeed at. And that's a personal problem. That's not your problem. You stay focused on you. And the number 6 thing, you guys, is misery loves company. So if you want to be miserable, if you want to believe what they say, if you want to think like they think, if you want to do what they do, then guess what? That's the lifestyle you're choosing too. Misery loves company. So guess what? If they're miserable, they're going to try to put that back on you. They're going to do things. They're going to say things. They're going to do, all this stuff is going to transpire just so you can be in the same place as them. And then what they're going to say? I told you that wasn't going to work. I told you you couldn't do this. I told you couldn't do that, right? The devil is a liar. Yeah, I said it. The devil is a liar, right? So you have to stay focused on you. It don't matter what mama and them think. It don't matter what your cousin them think. It don't matter what little Bobo think. It don't matter what the husband, the boyfriend, if they don't support you. I would hope that you guys would be in a situation to where you have somebody that's speaking this life to you. But guess what? If they don't, it don't matter what they think. It matters what you think about yourself. What you think is way more important than what anybody else thinks. What they have to say is obsolete to what you think and feel and act and put yourself in a position to do. That's you. It's all you. And you have the power to be able to take all that back and have that control, right? So you guys, I know I said this is 5 reasons, but I gave you 6 tonight as to why you should focus on yourself. And all of this came from that meme that I posted last week that says, what you think of yourself is so much more important than what other people think of you. And I think I've demonstrated to you the power of how your thoughts is so much more powerful and influence you the most than it does when somebody else's thoughts and opinions about you influence you, your behaviors and your actions, right? So you guys, if this has provided you with value tonight, I hope that you share, like, because there's somebody out here who may need this information. It may be you. It may not be you. It may be somebody you know, and it may not be somebody somebody you don't know. So anyways, you guys, so I want to thank you for joining me tonight, but don't forget tomorrow to join us for Meeting in the Ladies Room Conversations. You guys, we're moving to a bigger platform, and we're moving to Status Network and Manifest TV. And we're going to be on like 7 or 8 different platforms. And we want you guys to go and like Status Network and Manifest TV, because although we can share it to this business page, you can still log on either here when we share it, or you can log on directly from there. But we would like for you guys to like it because we want your support, right? So I hope to see you guys tomorrow for Meeting in the Ladies Room Conversations at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate your support. Please share. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. You all have a great night.